Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Radek, a senior data scientist at NVIDIA, and I'm just on my way to pick up my kids from school. I have about half an hour of time, so I thought, why not do something that could be useful to you and for me. Let me show you where I am. I'm sitting by this, what is this? It's probably some bay by Redcliffe, the Redcliffe Bay, maybe. Just pull up a map and check it for yourself and make a fool out of me. That's a likely outcome. So there's Brisbane over there, and there's the seaport, and here I am. So we will be doing something that hopefully will be useful to you in this video, and that is I will just share some loose thoughts on how starting a YouTube channel is very much like learning machine learning. So we look at the parallels, and hopefully if you see the struggles I'm going through, and maybe I will reflect a little bit on how it was to learn machine learning not too long ago when I was actively doing that. Maybe this can provide you with some strategies or with some tips on how you can approach this subject yourself. Maybe it will be useful, or at least I hope it will be fun. So let's see, in what ways is learning machine learning just like starting a YouTube channel? Well, one very obvious way in which they are alike is that both seem like impossible goals. So I wanted to do machine learning, and I had no academic background whatsoever. I couldn't program, I was only learning to program. So, it sounds like a long shot to start doing machine learning for a living professionally. And I never had to get myself to the point where I believed that this was possible. Throughout all this time, I was driven by just my interest, pursuing what I found challenging, what I found interesting. And I'm doing the same thing with YouTube. I don't see myself as the next Mr. Beast, and realistically there's only one Mr. Beast. But I don't even see myself as the proficient people out there who are creating beautiful coding tutorials and getting 50,000 views, 100,000 views, maybe 1,000,000 views. That seems completely out of my reach, and that's okay at this point in my learning journey. Of course, there is some chance that I have something that is limiting me, that will prevent me from getting to that level. But this is just me trying to be modest. Of course, I don't speak English very well. It's not my native language, but whatever, the observation is this: whenever you catch yourself thinking that you're not good enough, or you have this or that will prevent you from doing machine learning, this is what you should be thinking instead. You're not that special. So many people got into machine learning, various people from all walks of life, when they retired, when they were kids. We have teenagers who were winning Kaggle competitions. We have students, we have people of all ages, of all backgrounds, and they're all very successfully doing machine learning, many of them professionally, and reaping extreme rewards in the process, because if you can train a model well enough that you can get to the golden medal range on Kaggle, that speaks volumes for your ability to do machine learning. So that's the first resemblance, that both being good at video, at creating coding tutorials, seems improbably hard, seems not doable, and same with machine learning. And you just have to, just do your thing, and don't worry too much. Like, let the world tell you whether you're good enough. You're not keeping the score. You're just putting in the effort, maybe sometimes not even that much effort, because we all get our doubts, we all get demotivated, and that's okay. But in the end, just do your thing, practice, and you'll be surprised. And when it comes to the topic of practice, what should you do? How should you learn machine learning? How should you learn to create coding tutorials on YouTube? Well, that is a rather tricky question, because what people normally assume to be the right approach isn't. It just isn't. So if you follow the popular advice, you will be wasting your time, you'll be wasting your money, and unfortunately, you'll be also probably destroying your chances of doing what you'd like to do in the process. So what is the advice when it comes to learning machine learning? Oh, study math. Oh, do this series of lectures from Stanford. Do this series of lectures from MIT. I love these lectures. I could watch them just as a form of entertainment. I love math. But at some point I had to tell myself, Radek, are you really getting the results that you're after? Is this really building up your machine learning muscles? Can you solve machine learning problems while you're studying calculus or following academic tracks that are available online? And guess what the answer was? Unfortunately not. It was not working. It was not working. What is the thing you should be doing if your objective is to do applied machine learning in the real world? Which I think is the most exciting aspect of doing machine learning, where you work with data and you see how your model makes a dent in the universe. What should you do? Well, the answer is simple. You should train and evaluate your models. You should ship projects. You should mimic what you would be doing on the job in the real world. And those are Kaggle competitions, those are GitHub repositories that you can create. And this is genuinely fun. This is genuinely fun and this is genuinely useful. Now you might say, oh, but I want to be a researcher. Well, what type of researcher would you like to be? Maybe the hottest area of research that is stable diffusion right now. Do you know that person behind, I think behind is it stability.ai? Wow, whenever I talk on video, I forget names, even names of companies. But essentially, the person who, like the company who is competing with Midjourney, and they raised a bunch of money, and he tweeted recently that they just have a single PhD on their team. Why? Because they cannot afford PhDs? No, because the people that can do the work that they need on this cutting edge of research are best sourced from practitioners, from people who are extending these methods, who went through the Fast AI course, who can do amazing work in this space. So while maybe being able to explain why the derivative of I don't know, natural log of x is what it is, maybe you could actually try to get your hands dirty and spend your time tinkering and pushing the boundary of what is possible and delivering real value in the process, real economic value. And of course, researchers are important and they have their place, and we need to study the theory, and we need to develop theoretical grounding. I'm not saying that this is not valuable. It is extremely valuable and it is extremely enriching. Just like the progress of math can be extremely rewarding. But if your goal is to get into the field of machine learning, well, you should be spending your time on something else. That is at least my take, especially if you don't have an academic background, and that path of standing by the whiteboard and explaining to people how this or that algorithm works is shut off to you, because you probably will not perform well in those settings as compared to a person who spent 7 years in a highly paid, in an expensive school, doing their PhD and essentially doing something similar many days many days in a week, and you have to accept it if you want to be effective. So what is such a thing that is counterintuitive but that is super useful for starting a YouTube channel? Well, you can see me doing this right now. I'm recording a video. Do I care about the quality of video or the hardware that I'm using? No, I couldn't care less. Do I care about well, what else do I care not about? Do I care if this is a trendy topic that I'm covering? No, I just want to deliver value to people I know from Twitter, from LinkedIn, my friends, or anyone who might want to listen to this, and that's enough. Because that's the phase in making videos that I find myself in. I need to overcome my fear of putting myself out there, of showing my face, I need to become confident when talking on camera, and only then I can build on these fundamentals. And I'm 100% convinced that this is the right approach. And how do I know that? Because I listen to people who have come before me, who have successfully achieved what I want to achieve. So while others can be thinking of going to cinematography school or getting expensive equipment, I just want to do what people who achieved what I would like to achieve have done before me. And that's it. So that's the second way in which creating YouTube videos is very much like doing machine learning and how you should learn either. And what would be the third parallel? I definitely had at least three. Let me think here for a second. Oh yeah, the third parallel that I would like to discuss is, well, why should you even learn to create YouTube videos? Or why should you learn machine learning? I mean, there are so many other things to do in life, right? Why not do something else? Well, the answer is simple. You just have to listen to the people who walked this path before you, and you have to listen to them paint you a picture of what it is like when you have these skills. And with machine learning, what I love about being relatively skilled at machine learning and being able to prove that I am via projects that I worked on and via, for example, being a double Kage grandmaster, what I absolutely love about that is that other people can see and can look at my credentials, and they know that Radek can deliver on a machine learning project, and that's extremely valuable. It's extremely valuable because if I were to lose my job, which I like very much, but there have been a lot of layoffs in tech, I'm not sure how long it would take me to find a new job, but I don't think it would take weeks. I think it would be fairly quick that I could go from not making money to put bread on the table to making money at the level where we should be able to support ourselves. And what about YouTube? YouTube is an extension of what I do, of what I want to do. So I want to talk about technology, and I want to talk about exciting things happening on the cutting edge, and specifically in machine learning, and specifically when it comes to very technical things. So I don't care about showing people how to use pandas, because that they can learn better than us. But if you want to train a good deep learning model, then hopefully I am your guy. This is what I will include on this channel. And if you listen to people who master the skill by making such tutorials, this is extremely helpful. This is something that not many can do, and as I want to promote, as I want to be as good of an employee as I can be at my work, and I want to share about the exciting things that my team is doing, I need to build this skill. I don't want to wake up 5 years from now still only writing blog posts or only tweeting. That's not what I want to do. So that's my motivation, and again, I talk to people who have been YouTubing for a while, my very good friend Sayam Bhutani, and also people who have achieved immense success that I don't even hope for. But this seems like a valuable path to pursue. So there we go. You know all my secrets. I hope that you had a good time. I hope that you could hear me. I'm not sure about the video. I have not used this lens before on my camera, so we'll see. Wishing all the best for a machine learning journey, and wishing myself to not stop along the way as I'm working on my presentation skills using video. Thanks so much and see you around. Oh yeah, like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos on machine learning and maybe some insights how to do machine learning effectively in the real world. Thanks so much.